Welcome to Throwback Thursday. This episode was released a while back featuring a conversation and challenge between the B&B and the Backpacking Podcast. And Derek's trivia was on point for this one. Thanks for tuning in. We hope you enjoy it.
Hey, everybody. This is Derek, and with me today is the only man who will use his trail socks post-hike as a loofah to shower himself in the river, Carl Mandrioli. How we doing today, buddy?
Doing excellent. Welcome to the Backpacking and Blisters Podcast. With me today is Derek Somerville, the only man who starts conversations by saying that the mountains really pique his interest.
Oh, wow. Reaching.
Yeah.
We're reaching.
Yeah. Well, speaking of reaching, so your little sponsors you have to start the episode, I'm noticing that you get two themes going on. It's usually some sort of like an ointment or some sort of cream or rub, or it's like a little person or droid that has to whisper things to you.
A droid. You're rehashing the droid, the one droid I had.
No, it's like just like a little creature.
Look, these are all just genius inventions I'm trying to promote to the world so that they're...
Well, I appreciate that. We appreciate that, I should say. So thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got a podcast showdown today, my friend.
Let's do this. High noon.
High noon, yeah. So this is actually inspired by their show because when we were on their show back in March, they called it like a kind of a versus episode, but it wasn't really a versus episode, right?
No, it just ended up becoming a chat.
Yeah, chat. They're like, hey, tell us why you believe in Sasquatch and who is young Carl in one of your videos. And it was a fun chat.
But we don't do that here. We don't do that on our show.
We want a showdown,
We want
right?
competition, grading, and reviewing. That's what we're all about on this show. And that's we're going to make it happen.
I kind of just want the grading, let's be honest.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. It's true.
So I don't know if they're going to be ready for this because I gave them a little bit of homework to make this more of a contest, and we'll find out.
Let me ask you a question, though. Do you think they actually did the homework, or do you think they're just going to, quote-unquote, wing it?
Ooh, well, here's the situation, is I only had John Kelley's email address, and so he had to do two things. He had to forward the email on to Jeremiah, so then Jeremiah had to get the email and do the homework. I did ask a few episodes ago, for our 200th episode, I asked John Kelley to do some homework as well. I said, can you leave us a message with your best backpacking tip, if you remember that? And then he just said, hey, congratulations on your 200th episode, but he didn't have a backpacking tip.
Correct. Correct. Is that? I think we should bring that up and call him out.
Do you want me to do that, or do you like calling people out?
I mean, I'm happy to call him out. I think you could call him out and give him a grade of like a D for that. I think that would be appropriate.
Okay.
You know.
Well, it sounds like you've already graded him, but that's fine.
Just using your scale, yeah. So,
Use my scale. So to answer your question is, yeah, I'm gonna go 50-50. I don't know. What do you think?
ooh, I'm gonna say 40% that they did the homework.
I think at least one of them did, right?
Well, I was gonna say, let me clarify that they both did it. I'm gonna say like 40% they both did it.
I do have a Bible verse for this episode since it's a competition. 2 Timothy 2:5. An athlete is not crowned unless he competes according to the rules.
So you should you ever be crowned is my question.
Because you think I'm a cheater.
Well, you do create rules on the fly sometimes. So I was just curious if you felt like you should be crowned. Maybe like if we play a card game, I'll give you that. But
yeah, I don't really like crowns or badges or awards or anything like that. So I'll say no on that one.
You're more of a totem guy. Is that fair?
My question for the verse was, because it's kind of talking about the athlete, right? So, JK and Jeremiah, they've been doing this for a while. They got successful YouTube channels. I'm sure they've been bringing in the cash.
Just rolling in it.
Yeah, just rolling. By definition, then, are they professional athletes?
Oh, well said. I mean, there's an argument there.
Are they getting paid to go backpacking?
I mean, is it an athletic endeavor? Yes. Are they getting paid? Yes. Is it considered a professional sport? I mean, in some veins, right? There's TV shows.
Well, if you get paid to do a sport, isn't that you're professional, right?
Would people classify hiking as a sport or an activity?
I don't know. According to ESPN, playing pool is a sport, so who knows?
Like chess is a sport. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like a mind sport. Poker.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm going to say yes is my answer to my own question. What's your answer? You're just throwing more questions out. You're not really answering.
I'm going to say it's more yes than no.
Okay. Well,
because you're out there and you're physically exerting your body. You're not like sitting at a table doing something.
And we don't have,
mental.
these big time YouTube channels. So we're just lowly podcasters. We're kind of, we're happy to cover costs on our show. I think we're the underdogs here.
Yeah, I know. Like, should they be paying us to be on our own show?
That doesn't make
with
any
them?
sense. That does not
Is
make
there some
any
type of
sense.
loophole we could figure
In
out?
a competition, you have the favorites and you have the underdogs. The favorites don't pay the underdogs. What are you talking about?
But I feel like if we win, they should pay. I don't know. There's got to be a
put something
loophole
on the line.
There's got to be a loophole somewhere. I don't know.
A loophole for what? Now you're just throwing out like vocabulary words. It doesn't even make any sense.
For them, no. For them to pay. For them to stay with me. Like for that, I know your bald head gets cold and it can't think straight sometimes. Look, all I'm saying is maybe there's a way that these professionals would have to pay us if we beat them at their own game, but it's our own show, so I don't know if that works.
That will be how we start the interview. Hi, welcome to the show. Are you going to pay us?
Get ready to pay us when you lose at the trivia that we have made really difficult.
All right. If you're new to the show, if you're trying to figure out how to connect the dots with what Derek's saying, you can't connect them, folks. They're not
unconnectable.
Right.
Unconnectable.
Right. So, okay. Well, here we go. They're coming on right now. So without further ado, it is a podcast showdown. B&B versus the Backpacking Podcast.
Do it.
Okay, the Backpacking Podcast. Welcome to the show. How's it going, guys?
It's going good, man.
Doing well.
Battle rages. Here we go, guys. I'm excited.
Yeah, we gotta get some background first, and we gotta warm up a little bit before we get to the actual battle here. But did you know that Backpacking Magazine has you ranked as the 3rd and 4th most famous Kentuckians?
I did not know that.
Yeah, they asked me to quote something in that magazine, and I said, because you don't exist, I refuse to make the quote.
What?
That was my comment to them.
Whoa.
That was what I said.
Whoa. Mic drop. Wow.
That wrecks my next question then, as far as who's number 1 and 2.
I love it. I love it.
Jeremiah's number one. Jeremiah's number one. We know that.
He's 3rd. You guys are 3rd and 4th. I didn't say who was
Jeremiah's
who,
number one. Like everybody thinks that he's 3rd or 4th. He's actually number 1. He's the most famous person in Kentucky.
Okay.
Wow.
Whoa.
Wow.
Did not know that.
You didn't know you were in royalty, did you?
I mean,
Well, they had a weird ranking because they had Jennifer Lawrence number 1, and then number 2 isn't even a real person. It's a character, Jack Sparrow.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Kentucky.
Yeah, he's totally from Kentucky. There's a lot of pirates.
well,
in Kentucky.
Johnny Depp is, but I didn't know a lot of pirates came from Kentucky.
Yeah. The Cumberland River is a big point for pirates in the state of Kentucky.
Makes sense. Yeah. You get those tall ships out on that river,
Yeah,
man.
they're mostly
can-
kayak pirates. They're pretty dangerous.
Right.
No, George Clooney is also from Kentucky.
Yeah, he was number 5.
Oh, okay.
It was number 5? Okay.
Yeah. So you guys are ahead of him. So
not
well
bad.
done. Well done.
Okay.
All right.
That's unbelievable.
Only 50% of our guests actually figure out where Backpacking Magazine comes from. So kudos to
I love that they
John.
called you out right away, too.
That's right. All right. So we've got John Kelley and Jeremiah Stringer on, both famous YouTubers, and they're obviously hosts of the Backpacking Podcast. And they had us on their show back in March, and they were fascinated. I don't know if I think more John was fascinated with kind of our talking about the Bigfoot every once in a while on our show. So,
Right.
so I got a follow-up question for both of you.
Yes.
So I'll start with Jeremiah. What mythical creature do you wish was real?
Oh, that's a good question. I would.
Yeah.
I'll probably say the Yeti, which is, I guess, a version of Bigfoot.
It is.
Right.
It is.
Which is actually one of the few incorrect answers because it's already real, my friend. So
Wow.
I cannot take that as an answer.
It's real without proof. I like it. That's good.
Do I get to answer that one too?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, mine would be an honest politician.
Oh, impossible.
Whoa. Okay.
Hitting hard. I like it.
Yeah.
Hitting hard.
Yeah. All right. And then also, this is kind of from a recent episode. We have a trainer. We had a physical trainer on, Rowan Smith. He's one of the guys connected to our show, and we were talking about stair climbers. And John, the last time you were on our show, you shared with us that this is a few years ago, when you were training for Mount Kilimanjaro, you lost a bunch of weight and got in shape by just spending hours at the gym on the stair climber, correct?
Yeah, I would do about an hour at a time on a stair climber.
Okay.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah, which is impressive. And so I thought about that. That kind of stuck with me. And then we always ask Rowan a bunch of random questions. And my question was, if you're like training on the stair climber, you're just training going up.
Yes.
But going down can really beat you up, can kind of tear up those quads. So did you ever have any training sessions where you actually went downhill on the stair climber?
I tried, but they wouldn't set it in reverse for me. And I was really upset about that, so I quit the gym.
That's cancel that membership.
But a funny story about that. Funny story about the Kilimanjaro. When I did it and I went uphill, I was fine. I tore my calves up going down Kilimanjaro. Like,
really?
How does that work? Your calves?
I can't even tell you. I don't know if you've ever had calf cramps before, but imagine them just not going away for a couple days. That's what I felt like when I got to the bottom of Kilimanjaro. I was genuinely thinking to myself, man, why don't they do a stair like descender? Like, that would be really nice.
See, that's what I'm talking about. See? I'm not the only one, Derek. Not the only one.
Wow. 2 people in the world. I like it. But, it's a real problem, apparently.
Yeah,
So.
I think we need to do something about that.
But I haven't heard of people ruining their calves going downhill. Usually it's the quads.
I know. It was, I don't even understand how. Like, honestly, my body makes no sense anyways. But, like, yeah, that was just one of the things I dealt with.
Well, it might just be time to pack a little mini Theragun and make it a luxury item. Just saying.
You're probably right.
So, yeah, I definitely had I struggle with the calf cramps and all sorts of muscle cramps for sure. Not for days, though. I can't imagine that. That's crazy, man. The other thing that came up on our show, or the one that you had us on back in March, was the stuff that you talk about with the merch going on with Jeremiah. So, Jeremiah, where are we in the process of merchandising your stuff?
We're currently in the development stages of what needs to go on the merchandise.
That's code for he has no current plans to do any merchandise.
Research and development, I think they call it at most businesses.
R&D, R&D, right.
All right. Isn't it constantly in development? I feel like you're always getting like mock-ups of things on your show.
Yeah. There's multiple reasons why the merch hasn't come to fruition yet. One is I need a design that is worthy of going on this merchandise and then being sold to the masses.
Yeah. The bar's high.
Okay.
And when you're the king of Kentucky backpacking, you've got to have the
bar's
best.
high. I get
Period.
that. Yeah.
But I thought you said something to the effect of it made you uncomfortable. You felt a little more like, I don't know if it was prideful or something, where it was just, it just didn't fit your personality, where it felt weird to have merch about you. Is that correct?
Well, the weirdest thing would be, I feel like wearing your own face. Right now, John created my logo, and it's on my YouTube channel, Jeremiah Stringer Hikes. And it's a great logo, but it's got my face on it. So if I put that on a T-shirt, now I have to wear the shirt to try it out and see if the merch would hold up to the test of other people wearing it. Like, is it worthy enough to be sold? So then I would have to be wearing my own face, which is a little bit self-righteous, and it just feels kind of icky.
I mean, what if you make it like a Where's Waldo angle on it? Like, where's Jeremiah? Like maybe you could spin it a little bit and make some fun.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah, I could do that and make it not so self-preachy.
Yeah, I'll take 50% royalty on that when you do it. So that's totally fine. That's great. And
okay, so I have one. So I was listening to one of your episodes. This is, I think, a few months ago, and you had, I'm not going to say who it was, but you had a guest on. And this guest was kind of just pouring out their life story and just kind of these heartfelt moments.
Oh, yes.
And then in response, John, you said, "Hey, we just got a mock-up for leggings for Jeremiah."
Heartless.
So I was like completely dismissive of what this guest was saying. And I just thought, there's no boundaries for this. This merch is infiltrating even personal conversation.
Here's the thing about our podcast. We have no clue what we're doing. And basically we just kind of, there's never any like plan. Like, we don't plan questions. We don't plan. You guys are way more organized than we are.
Anti-Carl's what it is.
And literally, so we get on there. It's just like, okay, what's going to happen next? And usually Jeremiah does a better job of like being politically correct. And I am the complete opposite. I'm like the old man sitting on his couch that doesn't seem to care what anybody thinks about anything he says. And then I say it and Jeremiah just laughs at me. And at the end, he just says, I never know what you're going to say.
Well, that's what makes it fun for sure. But the way that I took it was, because you're a pretty sharp guy, so I just took it that what you're really saying to the guest was like, guest, what you just said right there has bored me. So let's mix it up. Let's throw in a joke. Hey, merch time.
Let's talk about leggings. Hey.
Well, you have to be entertaining, I suppose.
Well, we always warn our guests. We do warn people in advance. There are going to be moments during this where you're going to be like, what just happened? Just be prepared for it. We just tell them, like, we don't know what's going to happen in our podcast ever. Like, we really
That's
don't.
evident. Yeah.
And we've always said, like, our podcast is not like, except you guys. You guys are kind of like we are, but like, we don't want to be serious all the time and get into deep topics all the time. We kind of want to make people smile when they're hiking out on a trail.
Right.
That sometimes when it starts to get a little too serious, sometimes we kind of lighthearted a little bit, so to speak.
I like it.
Oh, okay. Because we could feel the silent tears she was shedding, but I think, maybe that's probably better you were going on.
It's not about the guests, it's about the audience,
Scary.
right? So there you go. All right.
Exactly.
So, okay, so for this competition, we got a part A and a part B. All right, it's time for competition, time for the showdown here. So we're going to start with backpacking tips. Now, this is not the first time, actually, that we've asked for some backpacking tips, specifically from John, where...
This is scary. I'm a little scared.
So for our 200th episode, I had asked a few folks to give us, their best backpacking tips, and we're going to share it in the show. And John just said, hey, guys, congratulations on your 200th episode, which made me feel really awkward because I thought... It seemed as though I was asking for him just to congratulate us. And I thought, man, he thinks I'm the kind of guy that would ask somebody to congratulate him. And that made me feel really uncomfortable. But he didn't actually follow directions and give us a backpacking tip.
I'm terrible at that.
Well, now it's time.
I'm terrible at that.
It's time to pay, man. You got to come up with a good backpacking tip that's going to be judged by all of our fellow adventurers out there. So
I just really appreciate you guys and all that you've done the last couple of years. And
yada yada yada. We're talking about leggings now. Okay, got too serious. I want to know. We had a little bet, a little side wager. If you guys are going to wing these questions and tips, you're just going to come up with them right now, or was there prep involved ahead of time?
I mean, I wrote mine down.
So that's one. That's one of you.
Yeah.
Did the other one? Are we winging it today?
I did a little research going back. I make these YouTube videos and tips, tricks, and hacks, etc. Mm-hmm. And I have like my Google Docs under my account, and I plan out my videos, like outline it. Right. So I went back and I looked through 4 or 5 different hack videos that I did to try to pull out the best of the best. So I don't know if I've done a good job or not, but we'll see.
So you, just to clarify, you research yourself to do this. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
I like
that's what he did.
I mean, when you're the king of Kentucky backpacking, he doesn't need to research other people. He just needs to research himself.
Well, I reach within and pull out my own different hacks, and then I put them on paper. I don't really go online and research and then make a list. I try to be original, but there's only so much you can do.
All right, Jeremiah, you go first, man. What you got? What's your first, your backpacking hack or tip for everybody out there?
Okay. I will go with,
here we go.
If you are somebody that uses an insulated jacket, like a puffy jacket, some people call it.
Right.
You can, I don't really sleep in mine. So I got 2 options. You can either use it as a pillow. I like to kind of zip mine up and tuck it into the hood. Or, if you get the cold foot syndrome during the night, you can either stick your feet inside of it while it's zipped up, or what Shug Emery does is zip it around the outside of his sleeping bag. Now, I haven't tried that. I thought it might compress my down a little bit, but I definitely stick my feet inside of it to make myself some little booties.
I've actually tried the shove it to the bottom of the sleeping bag thing, and that does work. So I give you a thumbs up on that one. Now, when you're saying you're using it as a pillow, that can't be your only pillow.
Well, I'm going to be honest. A lot of times I'll take 3 pillows.
Right.
And if I don't want to take multiple, then I use that puffy as either a pillow to go between my knees because I'm a side sleeper.
Okay.
Or I can stack it on top of a pillow that I bring, oftentimes an inflated pillow, and those just aren't super comfortable. I like a little give. So the puffy, it's got the give to it. It's a little bit more comfortable than just that inflated pillow.
I like it. All right.
Okay.
Derek, what do you think of that tip?
I'll give it like a 6 out of 10. Yeah, 7 out of 10.
Whoa.
I think there's more.
Wow.
I think there's more. I think we can do more. What's your tip, Carl? Why don't you go next?
Okay. Well, I was with that rating there.
You wanted to go last.
No. Mine's not. No, mine's not earth shattering or anything because I feel like I'm giving tips nonstop. But
is yours like bring toilet paper or what are we talking about?
First of all, let me clarify that Derek's rating does not matter because it just matters how anybody who's listening. That's whose rating matters. And that's just part of the criteria for who's winning this versus episode. But I was thinking because I had to clean out my Canuck bag and the water reservoirs we have when we bring. I was thinking about talking about throw the salad tongs in there to dry it out. I'm gonna go with something else though. I've got
salad tongs. What
to dry it out? Yeah.
I'm just gonna hand them the win right now. If you're gonna go salad tongs, I'm just gonna hand them the win.
I had that on the maybe list, but based on your judgment, Derek, I'm gonna go with something else.
I'm just gonna hand them on the win.
Salad tongs.
All right. So this one, I feel like I got to explain, but I had to write this one out to make sure this made sense. If you leave your footprint, Nalgene, and pack ornaments at home, you can save pounds off your pack, but you're also improving efficiency and performance. So there's like a triple benefit for leaving the nonsense at home, basically.
So what are ornaments? Is this like Christmas? What are we talking about here?
You probably have some of these. They just dangle from your shoulder straps. You got the carabiners.
You're just regurgitating things you repeat every episode. Don't bring your footprint. Don't bring an Nalgene.
No. But this is next level. I'll explain in a second.
Next level? Okay, it's next level.
So you got your carabiners. You got your little thermometer that doesn't really work. You've got... I mean, people are clipping all sorts of crazy things. Aqua clips to the shoulder straps.
You and Dan have a thing with that, don't you? You and Dan Becker?
Well, he likes it, and I think it's one of the worst pieces of gear in the world. So yes, I guess, sort of.
Jeez. Well, you did put it on backwards or upside down. So then, makes sense.
Now you're just making stuff.
You admitted it on the podcast.
Here's how it improves efficiency and performance. You have less things you're digging out of your pack, less things that are going to fall off your pack, and so like with the footprint, you're setting your tent up faster. With the Nalgene, you're improving your drinkability performance because you're not spilling water all over yourself. So
drinkability. I like that.
There you go. That's my tip.
He just made that up. He made that up. Drinkability. I feel like at this point I can say any tip and it's going to be better than that.
Thank you. Yeah. This is the kind of teammate Derek is that he will just tear down his own teammate even though it hurts himself.
I think fine. All right. That's fine.
John, what you got?
Mine, oddly enough, is also kind of a modified shug hack.
Ooh.
That I heard years ago. It's for hammock campers. And this one of the things with hammock camping is your pillow will slide down to your butt every time you lift your body up.
Yes.
Because the way a hammock is.
Okay.
And so what I do is I just take a little piece of shock cord and put a carabiner on one end, clip it up to my guy line. It's not a guy line, my ridge line on the inside of my hammock and connect the other side to my pillow so that when I sit up, my pillow doesn't go anywhere. It just sits right where it needs to stay. Okay. So I don't have that annoying pillow drop every time I move in my hammock throughout the night, which has been really nice.
So you're using a pack ornament for your tip.
Apparently, I guess. I mean, it's not really a pack ornament. It's in the pack. I mean, it's not like ornamenting anything, but it is making life a whole lot easier in your hammock.
All right, Derek, what do you think about the preventing pillow slippage?
Well, I'm all about pillows now. I bring multiple pillows. So any pillow hack I think is valuable, especially as we're getting old and we got like sore hips and knees and obviously your shoulder issue. So I think the pillows, that's the strongest one. I like that one. That's good.
Well, you're not getting old. You've been old for like 20 years, man. So
have I?
Since you don't use a hammock, would you consider using the carabiner to strap the pillow like around your forehead?
Moving on. We're going to go with my tip, which I'm sure will be ripped to shreds. That's totally fine. I welcome it. I think one of my tried and true tips is a little thing that you can do. I'll use Carl's word, triple threat with. And so if you're ever having like ripped clothes, if you're ever ripping your shoelaces like Carl's done before, or if you like to start fires like I do on the trail, this is something that can be used to do all.
But you start fires on the trail?
Well, near the trail. I just need you to listen.
As you're hiking,
this is your listening portion of the. Yeah, okay. So I always like to use the floss for all three of these things. So you can sew clothes with the floss. You can tie your shoes with the floss. If you rip your shoelace, you can also use wax floss is a great little kindling starter for the fire. So all three things, one little pack, throw it in the back. It's less than a couple ounces. You're welcome.
Yeah, I back that. I back that. That's a good one.
You back that? You back
That's
that?
a good one.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Jeremiah, what do you think about that one?
I think that's pretty good, but I feel like it's kind of a cheat code that you all keep doing like triple threat. I feel like we deserve a bonus one, and I have a great one.
Oh,
I was gonna say I have another one too. Honestly,
so none of you are concerned about Derek just starting random fires along the trail as he's hiking.
on the trail. You're such an exaggerator. They know what I'm talking about. A true look. These guys are professionals, like we were talking about before, right?
Yeah. So okay, Jeremiah, what's your unauthorized bonus tip here?
This one is off the cuff, so I just thought of it.
No prep. Got it.
There is a fungus that often grows
Here we go.
on ridges.
Yes.
It's called reindeer lichen or reindeer mane. I don't know if y'all have heard of it. The scientific name is Cladonia rangiferina.
Oh, wow.
And
this is off the cuff, by the way.
this is off the top of his head.
Now, I may have Googled that last part. I may have Googled the last part.
Potential.
So reindeer lichen, it can be used to do a number of things, one of which you can make tea from it, but most people will probably just pick it off the ground, and it reminds you of a little scrubber like you'd use to clean your dishes at home. So if you can't spot what it looks like, then it's not going to be much use to you, but that's okay. You can still clean your dishes by just using a little sand and a little water whenever you're around a water source. But if you pass some reindeer lichen, it is a great pot scrubber. In addition to, you can make tea from it.
Non-poisonous, I'm assuming.
Non-poisonous. No, a little bit bitter, but as you boil it, the bitterness will subside.
Do you do a lot of dishes when you're out on the trail?
I try not to. I try to make stuff where I don't have to do the dishes, but
right.
Those is good to go meals. Those
only
things,
on short trips.
I found those to be super good, and most of them you have to like cook part of it in your cook pot, so then you're having to wash something. Okay. But if I can take those backpacking meals where you just pour the water in and let it rehydrate,
exactly,
or just use the fire, that's also awesome. Maybe throw a steak on there or something.
Absolutely.
Steak, yeah.
Now you're talking. Okay, all right. So you got an on-the-fly pot scrubber. Is it kind of like the old man's beard where you can like use it as a fire starter as well, or is it just the pot scrubber?
Yeah, I'm not sure that you can use it to start fires. I know the old man's beard is great. If you can throw some sap into that too, sure. That'd be fantastic.
All right, so they got the bonus one in there. Up to everybody else out there to decide if that counts.
Oh wait, there's another one. Wait a second. We got one more. We got to do one more because you guys did triple threat and we only had single threats. So we gotta get our points up so we can like compare with you guys, you know.
So Jeremiah's, I called his the unauthorized tip. I'm gonna call John's. Yours is just the cheating tip.
cheating tip.
This is the cheating tip, and it is. And it's Doritos.
Doritos.
Just simply Doritos. Doritos won because they are a fantastic snack, and if you're sitting around a campfire, you're friends with everybody if you're the one with the Doritos.
I assume you're talking about Cool Ranch. Is it Cool Ranch?
Oh, get out of here.
It could be any flavor you like, just to be honest with you. You pick a flavor, it's probably good. The one thing a lot of people don't realize that Doritos are fantastic for is a fire starter.
Fire starting. Yes, the oil.
They are phenomenal fire starters. Last night, I was at a campfire last night, and I told my wife, actually, she dropped a Dorito. I said, just throw it in the fire. She looked at me funny. I said, trust me, you're not going to believe what it does. She throws it in, and the fire just like blew up.
It probably has all these chemical colored flames too, right?
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, and that tells you what you're eating.
Exactly.
But fantastic fire starter, and it will make you friends with everybody in the circle. So
just to clarify, what your tip is, your tip is it's okay to waste Doritos in the fire.
That's not his tip. Actually, you know what? I'm going to back your tip.
I'm going to eat the Doritos. I'm not throwing them in the fire. Come on.
If you're cold, you're going to throw them in. I can't.
If you can't get a fire starter, Doritos can help.
I can give them imaginary points because I know it's unauthorized, but I actually had that written down. Corn chips and Doritos.
Yeah. I've used Fritos. I haven't used Doritos.
Derek, I just feel like you're my spirit animal.
You know, I mean, maybe I am a spirit animal. Yeah, exactly. Put a couple horns on me and I'm right there.
Tell you.
So,
all right.
There you go. That was good.
So that's part one. So that's challenge one. And so we can kind of measure our tips, compare our tips to each other, contrast, if you will. And then part two is I actually assigned a little more homework here. I assigned 2 trivia questions apiece. So you're going to give us your, collective 4. We're going to give you our collective 4. And this one we can actually, rank, like how many did we get total. And so you can team up to answer, Derek and my questions and vice versa. This is the first time we've done this before, so I'm a little nervous. that we have some fair questions. I'm nervous about Derek's question specifically, but
you should be.
You're the guest, so you can go first or second. What do you want?
Ooh, I think I can start strong. Or what are they gonna do?
What do you want to do, Jeremiah?
I'd say defer to the second half.
I like
Carl,
it.
why don't you lead us? Give us one of your magical.
So they want to defer. That means you want to answer questions second?
Exactly. We'll receive the ball in the second half.
Okay.
That's fair enough. Okay. Fair enough. All right, Jeremiah, what's your first question?
My first question, okay, this is a softball question.
Ooh.
So you guys should knock this one out of the park.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
What is the average length of a through hike on the Appalachian Trail?
The average length.
Yeah. What span
This
of
is
time?
not a softball question. The average.
Yeah, average through hiking amount of time.
Amount of time.
Okay. This is not multiple choice, just to clarify.
No, it's not multiple choice. Or were they supposed to be multiple choice?
No, these are whatever you want. It was like, so we just got to come up with some sort of amount of days that they spend on the trail.
Let me rephrase the question.
Please.
How long does it take to through hike the Appalachian Trail for the average person?
Oh, okay. To actually finish it.
Start to finish.
I'm going to say it typically takes 5-6 months.
I'm going to say 4 months. 4 months is my final answer. Derek, what do you think? You want to go with 4 months?
I don't want to go 4 months, but I guess you're on 4 months. I think it's 5 or 6, but we'll go with Carl's answer. We'll go with 4.
All right.
It is anywhere from 5 to 7 months.
Exactly. See what I tell you?
Yeah, you gotta be stronger.
Why am I trusting the guy who doesn't get trivia right?
You gotta be stronger. You gotta. When I say, what do you want to go with? You gotta go with your guts.
Why are you so sure it's 4 months?
Oh, I don't know the Appalachian Trail very much. We're in the West, man. I don't know the Appalachian Trail.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was an educated guess, but not educated enough. All right, we're 0 for 1.
If we lose, we know why. Okay.
This one you might get. I think it's possible. But who is the first woman to do all 11 National Scenic Trails?
Oh, he's coming out with the big guns.
Is there multiple choice or no?
No, because there's only one.
Jeez. Okay. First woman to do all 100, right?
11.
1100. What am I saying?
Yes.
Okay. Oh gosh, it sounds familiar.
It's like so you don't have Derek doesn't have a guess on this one because I don't think.
Why not? Why don't I have a guess?
Name 2 women famous backpackers.
I'm not gonna. This is a side question.
Yeah. Can you name any woman backpacker? Any woman backpacker.
Who would have got the last question right? Me or you?
We're not on the last question. We're on John's question.
Exactly. Let's work together. Why are you bickering?
Go ahead and guess.
I was going to say it was that lady that we talked about on one of our past shows. It was like Arlette something or other. Arlette Lean or Lan or something.
I'm going to go with, is it Heather, how's her name? Enish Anderson? Is that her?
I think it's the Arlette lady. Arlette, something like that. Arlette Lan. You want to go with yours then? I'm going to go with yours.
Yeah, I'm going to choose this time. I'm going to go with mine.
Great. I think it's mine. Go ahead.
Okay. So it's Heather. Are you going with Heather? Or are you going with Arlette? Who are you going with?
Hey, we're going with the wrong answer yet again.
It is Arlette Lon.
Oh my God! Are you kidding me?
It is Arlette Lon. Yes.
You are the worst.
Do you know her? Do you know her trail name?
No, I don't know her trail name. What's her trail name?
Apple pie. Apple pie.
Apple pie.
Okay. There you go.
Jeez.
All right,
Carl.
Derek, you're killing it, man.
Hey, Derek doesn't have a guess.
We've thrown you up some softballs, Derek, and you've been knocking them out of the park. It's a shame your teammates messing with you here.
Hey, Derek doesn't have a guess. Hey, Derek, name me 2 women backpackers. You are something else. That's all I can say. It's the worst.
Derek, no matter what the next question is, you get to answer it, and I'll just step aside. All right.
I don't know if I want to anymore.
My next question, I'll accept 2 different answers. Either answer's fine.
Okay.
What is the longest backpacking trail in the U.S.? Bonus points, or I'll accept it as an answer if you can tell me the mileage instead.
Ooh, jeez.
So you guys think pretty highly of us for knowing this stuff. I'm gonna let Derek answer this one. What you got?
No, don't just what you got me. Let's.
I would say the Great Western Loop, but I've been 0 for 2, so I don't want to tinker with your answer there, my friend.
Oh God, that's a lot of.
There's like a couple that I don't know. It's hard because they've like connected a lot of different trails, and then now they've said they're new trails, but really they're just kind of puzzle pieced together.
I don't know the name. I think I know. I don't know the name. I remember reading something. I was like researching trivia. I want to say it was like 1,800 miles or something like that.
That's incorrect.
Excuse me?
That's not going to be long enough. That's not long enough.
Okay.
That's not even going to be in the top 5.
How many have you got right today?
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Gee whiz. I want to say it was like I don't know. What do you have a guess, Carl? What's your guess?
Yeah, I said it was the Great Western Loop, but you got to say it if you want to guess that one. I don't know if that's right. That's the only one I know the name of. There's one that like goes all the way across and kind of curls back around. I don't know.
I want to say they like if you combine them all, wasn't there that one that was called like the Triple Crown something like like in
That's
baseball?
Three different trails.
It's like so do you combine that?
No, they're not connected.
So then I'm gonna retort back to if you're not gonna combine those 3, which I guess is fair. Let's just go with the Appalachian, I guess.
The Appalachian Trail.
I don't know.
Okay, go ahead. Appalachian Trail is Derek's answer.
This is purely entertaining, just so you know. This is fantastic.
No, wait. Let's go PCT. PCT, final answer. Let's go PCT. I don't know the Appalachian. PCT.
Can I answer it, Jeremiah? Can I answer it?
Yeah, John, you can answer it.
It would be the American Perimeter Trail.
That is correct. Ding, ding,
Oh,
ding.
And it is 13,000 miles.
13,000 miles. He nailed it.
Well,
now the Great Western Loop, that was in the top 5.
So we haven't gotten one right yet. We gotta get one here.
so you were wrong and I was wrong on that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, next one.
I feel like comparatively my questions are very easy compared to yours.
Oh, for sure.
But we'll see.
Mine are like multiple choice.
Yeah.
It's gonna be easy.
Yeah.
All right, so theoretically we're 2 for 3, but not really. Okay, go ahead.
John, go ahead.
Okay, so I wrote 3 questions, and I'm really glad I did because that last question was one of my 3 questions. So,
wow.
Jeremiah and I have been working together for a long time, so I kind of assumed maybe one of our questions would match up. So, my question then is, how many John Muir trails are there, and where are they located?
And this is like a 2-parter.
That is 2-parter.
How many John Muir trails are there?
Just so you guys know, I have my first questions multiple choice, and I had A through D. I'm probably going to make it A through M just to make it harder.
You said it was a competition. I'm just saying. So.
How many?
Okay, I'm only aware of 2, so I don't know if there's a third one. I feel like there's one obviously in California, and there's one I think it was in Scotland or England. I don't know. I think it's Scotland. Those are the only 2 I know of.
I don't even. This is your ballpark.
Hey, but you got to answer because you've been a little complainy and a little less confident. So,
with good reason.
Do you know of any other John Muir trails? There's probably one in like Australia, New Zealand, but I don't know.
I don't even know. No, I mean, is there? No, I'm gonna sound stupid if I guess. Let's just go 2.
We get a half a point,
California,
because there are 2.
Half a point.
Nice.
But the other one is actually in Tennessee. It's in the Big South Fork here in Tennessee. So
there is one in Scotland. I read a backpacker magazine, not backpacking, but backpacker magazine about it. Look it up. I'm claiming a point if we.
There is a John Muir Trail in Scotland. There we go.
So do we get a point?
Sure, why not? I don't care.
Full point. We need a point just to be somewhat in contention here.
I feel bad that you didn't let Derek answer the first 2. So yeah, I'll totally give you the point.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Thank you guys. I appreciate that.
I did let Derek. I gave Derek my suggestion for the first one. What do you think?
You're kind of like that kid though. That's like, we're gonna go with my answer anyway.
No.
Right.
You were the one that said it. Why don't you hit the rewind button and see what you said? There you go. Okay.
No need. All right. Why don't we do our questions and see if they can.
All right, Derek, you're up first. Go ahead.
All right. This is a multiple choice question. Should be pretty easy. Which 2 countries share the longest international border? Is it U.S. and Canada, China, Mongolia, China, India, Finland and Russia, or E, is it Carl's hairline and his forehead?
Well, that last one makes it hard.
How does this relate to backpacking, Derek? How does
we
this relate?
backpack all over the world, Carl, and it's good to know where the borders are because you might have to get a special permit. Come on.
This is a geography question.
And backpacking. Jeez.
Here's the thing. You're the high school teacher.
Well, John, I think it's U.S. and Canada, but I could be wrong.
I got nothing here. I mean, I was wondering maybe China and India, but I think I could be wrong on that too. So I think we'll go with what you're saying. That sounds good.
That'll be our final answer. U.S. and Canada.
A is correct. A is correct.
Ding, 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 ding.
That's a point.
They already got the point.
I know, they're already tied us.
got the point.
Don't worry, they can still go for 3. So, all right, here we go. Do you want me to go question 2? Question 2?
I got a question. We're taking turns.
You want to rotate?
We're taking turns like we just did. We literally just did this when they were going. So we're going to follow the same process here.
Don't be that guy.
Okay, which of the following companies does not sell a backpacking spork?
That's a great question.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, thank you. So you ready for this? I've got A, Hilltop Packs, B, Sierra Designs, C, Z Packs, D, MSR, or E, Light My Fire.
Ooh.
Isn't that like a song?
It is a song, but or maybe that's why that's the right answer.
Come on, baby.
Well, John, I know Z-Packs has a toothbrush, so I assume they'd have a spork. I don't know. They're pretty detailed.
I know. I don't think Hilltop
I like your
Packs
reasoning
actually
there.
makes a spork. Now, are you saying sells a spork or makes a spork?
So, like, is there a scenario where they make one but don't sell it?
No, but there is the other way.
It's fair question.
Yeah, where they sell it but they don't make it.
Oh, okay. Well, they have it like they would have to have it on their site selling it. I don't know. I didn't go sourcing like their where it came from.
Okay, give us the options again.
Hilltop, Sierra Designs, Z Packs, MSR, Light My Fire.
My guess.
I feel like Light My Fire is probably one that does, just because it's in there and I've never heard of it.
Yeah, I think.
But I don't think I've ever. Have you seen it? Have you seen a spork on Hilltop Pack's website?
Yeah, I think Hilltop Packs has a little of everything. So
You've seen a spork on there?
I can't remember if I specifically seen a spork, but I've seen a bunch of different stuff, like almost anything you could think of that would be.
This is a lot of Google time for them. You know?
Oh, I haven't touched it.
We're being good. I
What's
promise.
that tapping sound in the background?
I think Sierra Designs. I think that they might just make backpacks.
Sierra Designs makes sleeping bags because I just bought one.
Oh,
and they make
that's
tents,
right.
And they make tents.
They make
falling apart.
all sorts of stuff.
So-
Footprints.
That's my vote.
The wheels are coming off.
It's either Sierra Designs or Hilltop Packs.
All right.
It's one of those two. You make the call.
I'm going to say Hilltop Packs does make or at least sells an eating utensil. So I'm going to go with Sierra Designs.
Sierra Designs is correct. Wow.
Wow.
You guys are so smart. That's impressive. All right. You've already defeated us. We got 2 more questions.
Crushing it.
Well, see, here's the thing. As I told you earlier, I ride Jeremiah's go-to.
Oh, totally.
You weren't lying.
And
You weren't lying.
Well, all right. Well, we're going to ask the next 2 questions just for fun, see how you do. So, Derek, what you got?
For funsies. I think if they miss this, they get minus an extra point. Okay,
fair enough.
how fast, we're talking about animals now, and there's animals in the wild. There's bees in the wild, if I remember correctly. Is that accurate? Carl, is that backpacking related? Can you get stung by a bee? Is that okay?
Are you defending your question before you ask it?
I have to screen my own question before I ask it to you.
Apparently so.
All right, how fast can a bee flap his wings per second? Is it 80 times per second? Is it 230 times per second? Is it 310 times per second? Or is it 65 times per second?
You remembered all those options too, right?
Let's not get this confused with a hummingbird, gentlemen.
Okay.
So what are the 2 middle ones?
230 and 310.
I think it's 80 or 65.
Those are very specific.
I don't know.
You think it's just that
you
few?
said
Don't get confused with a hummingbird.
I mean, again, you're not losing so far. I mean, you've been nailing everything.
yeah, but you can't count on me. I'm always going to let you down.
It's gonna have to move. It's got to move fast to make that sound. You know.
Yeah,
So,
I'm going to let you step up to bat on this one. I'll be on deck.
Oh, bro, now I feel like I'm just gonna let the whole team down.
Mysteries of nature.
Oh man, this is rough. I don't like to be put on the spot like this.
My
Jeremiah.
vote is the lowest one, 65.
The risk is pretty low here since you guys have already won.
Yeah.
I like that
wanna
they're
point
taking
out.
it seriously though. They're
Yeah.
still like, let's go through the
But
process.
if we're gonna win, we kind of want to rub it in.
That's true. That's true.
I think I'm gonna go with the 85,
All right.
It was 80. You want 80?
Oh,
80, whatever it was.
65
80.
or 80? Yeah.
I'm gonna go 80.
Final answer?
Sure.
Incorrect.
Whoa, they got one wrong.
I'll give you a little backstory. The hummingbird is 90. And I thought to myself, oh, the bee's got to be slower. The hummingbird's like chugging it, right? But the bee is 230 times per
I
second.
was right. I should have gone with my gut.
Should have gone with the gut.
Wow.
Should have gone with the gut.
Okay.
I know.
Should have gone with my gut. I apologize, Jeremiah.
It's okay. We're
I
still.
feel like Derek's questions are similar to the backpacking podcast, only he's giving you multiple choice. So just want to slide that in there.
Says the guy who missed 2 of the questions that I got right. So let's keep this in mind. Let's keep this in mind.
It'd be a competition right now if you'd have listened to Derek.
I know. Let's keep this in mind. If you guys missed this question, we would have won the trivia because we would have had 3.
It's not. There's more to it than this.
There's a coulda, shoulda, woulda winner, and that would have been us. Yeah. But this is legit.
I would like to award Derek the Best Teammate Award because he is so supportive and encouraging.
You get that one.
You get that one. Yeah. That I can't imagine being teammates with anybody worse. So here we go. Last question is which national park has an area known as the Maze? No multiple choice this time.
Oh, you're taking it away.
Yeah. I'm punishing them.
So we're gonna be the pseudo winners if they miss us.
Is that the Wonderland?
The Wonderland National Park
Trails? That is.
That sounds right, doesn't it? Wonder Maze. I wonder how do we get out of here?
Which national park? I don't even know.
That was good.
You like that? I wonder where we are.
Which national park is the Wonderland?
I thought that you guys
I can't remember.
Or one of you guys had actually been here, not to the Maze, but to this national park. So I could be wrong on this, but so Wonderland National Park, is that your answer?
No, I don't know. I don't think that's. I don't think it is a national park, is it?
It's not. That's why I was excited for that to be your answer.
Okay, yeah, I don't think it's a national park. I showed the Wonderland Trail is in a national park. I can't remember.
Well, do y'all know how many national parks there are?
There's at least 3.
Yeah,
that's a separate question.
Mammoth Cave is a national park in Kentucky. I think it's our only one, and that could be a good maze because it's the hardest or the longest cave system, I think, in the U.S.
Actually, it might be in the world.
Mm-hmm.
But
could be undiscovered.
But Carl specifically said that one of us has been there.
No, I can't confirm that. I just thought that you had. So you can tell me if I'm wrong afterwards. But
we've both been to Great Smoky Mountains National Park.
Yes,
there's definitely some famous YouTubers that have been here, but you guys all blend together. Let's be honest. I'm just kidding. You know,
if you go to like Utah, you got all those canyons.
That could be like a maze. What about Zion National Park, John? That could be an option.
I'm gonna go with you, mate. You decide on this one because I failed on the last question. So
the Maze Runner movie is an option as well.
That's a good
I'm going to take that one off the list. Well, John, I say we take off the Great Smoky Mountains. We both backpacked there quite a bit, and I've never heard of the Maze, and I feel like we would have heard it. I'm going to go with Zion Final Answer.
Okay, you're actually really close, but incorrect. It is Canyonlands National Park.
Canyonlands.
I almost said that, dude.
John, haven't you been there? I thought you went there for some reason.
No, not yet. It's gotcha. On the list. It's on the list. I haven't been there yet, but Devin Ashby and I've talked about that before.
So they have the Needles District, the Maze District, and Island of the Sky. And so the Maze District is, they just warn you, do not come in here unless you really, really know how to navigate. So that's kind of part of the deal there. So
wow,
you still won 2-1 though.
Canyonland.
Well, thanks.
2-1.
Can I ask you guys one little bonus question here?
Sure.
The national park?
We'll count as a point, too, if we get it right.
All right. Which 2 states are tied for the most national parks?
Oh, I think I know this, but Derek probably won't believe me. Yeah, I think it's Alaska and California.
Are you like 90% sure on that? What are you talking about?
That your final answer?
Yes.
Ding, ding, ding. That is correct.
See, Jeremiah just brought you 2 together. The king of Kentucky backpacking steps in and does what he does.
If we were in the same room, I would give you knuckles, Derek. That's how much I appreciate it.
I would pinch your cheek, you know?
All right, so for all of our judges out there, who had the better tips? And then were the answers from the backpacking podcast far superior to our answers, or were their questions simply far worse? You've got to decide.
Or should I have split up and been on my own team? But you know what?
The thing is, if Derek would have been on his own team, he would have beat all of us.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Kind of scary when you think about it.
The irony.
You remember the show, The Weakest Link. You remember the show, right? I'm living it, guys.
Oh, my gosh. All right. So one thing that Derek and I talked about before we brought you on was we were talking about the fact that we were actually the underdogs for this because both of you are famous YouTubers, and so you're just, raking in the money, and so you're the professional backpackers.
Yeah.
And so we're just trying to cover costs here with our show. So we're the underdogs going to get back to the pros, and I don't know, Derek, I'm pretty satisfied with holding our own. What do you think?
I feel like we more than held our own. I mean, they're getting paid to go out there and walk on trails.
Wait, you guys are paying us for this?
Well, we were actually going to wonder if you could forward us some of your royalties, just for heck's sake.
I'll tell you what, I'll give you all my royalties I made this past week.
Fair.
I'm sensing that's not very much.
Worth it. How about we double that? Can we double that? Let's double that.
We'll triple it, bro.
What a guy.
Yeah, and you'll get, how about some royalties on the merch?
So, all right. So, yeah, can you guys give us updates with what you got going on with the Backpacking Podcast? Anything you want to promote about that, or your YouTube channels, or anything you got going on?
I'll go ahead and talk about my channel first. Right. After a long hiatus, I'm getting ready to start putting some new videos back out. It's been a long summer. I'm not going to go into all of it, but it just wasn't capable of doing videos this past summer and haven't done an actual YouTube video since I think May, maybe June. And so getting ready to start putting videos back out, getting back into it like I should have been. And so I'm excited about that. Also with the Backpacking Podcast, just kind of keep tuning in. We do our Monday night live streams, and that's kind of like how we roll. We're always communicating with people that watch, and it's a lot of fun. It's like a big party on Monday nights.
Yeah, and I'll build on that. On the Backpacking Podcast, every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we get on there and people can comment because it's a live stream, and then that gives us the ability to kind of interact with our audience in real time. And then also some of the guests we have on, they have, if they spread the word, then they get a lot of people that tune in that are fans of them. Maybe they wrote a book or did a trail or something, and then that gives them a chance to kind of interact with their fans, which brings a little bit of a different dynamic than some of the other podcasts out there for whenever you have guests on.
Yeah.
But with the YouTube, like John, I also have a YouTube channel, and mine is
wildly successful.
Oh, I don't think that's true at all. But my YouTube channel is called Jeremiah Stringer Hikes. The mission is to help people increase their quality of life while they're out on trail. So I try to make every video all about increasing, people's quality of life. So there's tips, tricks, hacks for hiking and backpacking. This month I took on way too many sponsors. So I'm producing more content than usual, but I try to do a video every week or every 2 weeks. And then also like the YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, and all that.
Okay.
That is excellent, man. All right.
Solid,
there you
guys.
go. Okay. So, hey, we appreciate having both of you on our show. We appreciate all you do with your YouTube and your Backpacking Podcast, and just your sense of humor and willing to roll with whatever we're throwing at you. We just always have a great time hanging out with you guys. So thank you so much.
That was fun, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, it's been awesome.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Thank you guys for having us on.
We'll send you the bill, and we'll hopefully see you next time.
Do you struggle with joint pain, breathing at altitude, uneven terrain, or simple exhaustion? Then it's time to up your trail game, folks, with our good friend Rowan from Summit Strength. He's got a specialized program that will be just right for you to conquer your next adventure. Don't be left behind by the group again. Get your hands off your knees, get your butt off the log, and feel good getting after it with Summit Strength. The link to your success is always in our episode description, but you can check out all the information you need at summitstrength.com.au/online. It's time to be strong and pain-free for your next adventure. High-quality backpacking gear costs an arm and a leg these days, but it doesn't have to. If you're looking for durable, well-designed gear that you can trust, check out Teton. Teton Sports makes backpacks, tents, sleeping bags, and pads for your adventure needs, all at an affordable price. If you're new to backpacking or you've got broken down or worn out gear, check out Teton's lineup to get you back on the trail. Hike happy, camp cozy, sleep easy with Teton. Whew, that was incredible.
Battle Royale. That was a Battle Royale.
Yeah, Battle Royale, yeah. So, again, we'll leave it up to everybody out there, our fellow adventurers, who won the Battle Royale, who won the competition. And, man, there's a lot to react to from that conversation. I don't think we're going to get to this episode. I think we got to kick that to the next one.
We'll kick it over to the next episode. I still feel like either way we should get paid by them because they're the professionals. I'll retort back. We'll take it in cash or check, guys. It's totally fine. Apple Pay. Either way. It's fine.
Check. I want a hard copy check.
Hard copy check with the carbon copy.
Right.
Yeah, that was fun. That was a good time.
Okay. Yeah, we'll get more. We'll kind of touch on some of the things that came out of that. Not really an interview, but kind of came out of that interaction later. So let's kind of get to the tidbits here. You ready for that?
I'm ready for some tidbits.
Yeah. All right. I just got one big tidbit today, and it's all around a video I put out on Instagram. It was a week and a half ago, I think. Did you see it? It was the Fox video.
Oh yes. Well, the Fox came up to you, and you were, doing probably illegal things to it, but was he in your yard?
I was doing nothing. I'm sitting on the grass, and a fox literally walks up to me and sits down next to me like it's a dog.
What if a penguin walked up to you like they did to me in Antarctica? Should I just reach out and pet it? No, I'm not allowed to. It's illegal.
I didn't pet it.
You wanted to. You wanted to.
Oh, I did.
It's so fluffy,
for sure I did.
I mean, come on.
It's so fluffy. I want to grab its tail, but I didn't.
So that was pretty special, I thought, though, overall. I mean, like,
I don't know if you could tell how close it was to me, but it was literally like a dog sitting next to me,
Yeah, no, it looked close.
Yeah.
No, it looked close.
Yeah. And
it's crazy.
Yep. And then I posted it onto Instagram, and had a company reach out to me saying that's our mascot, Fox River Sox.
Huh. Okay. Great.
Yeah.
Great. Fantastic.
Great. I don't care. I want to see something else. Go ahead.
I have a better question. Do you? I don't care about Fox River Sox. Are you concerned? Did it make you like? Yes, it's exciting. Yes, it's like kind of a special moment for sure. Were you kind of also like?
You're so dismissive in the way you're saying that. Yeah, it was special. We know it's special.
Look,
whatever.
Here's my question. Great. You get the warm fuzzies. I get it. Let's move on. Does it also kind of concern you though, like that this wild, gorgeous animal has no fear of people, and like, what if you're a total jerk and you want to do something to harm the animal? Like, I mean, that animal doesn't know. Like, it get kind of concerning to think like they're just walking up to people, hanging out. Like it could go the other way. It makes me kind of nervous, but it's also really cool for the nice people.
Yeah, it's probably not going to last very long. I'm sure animal control, somebody's going to get freaked out. Animal control probably have to take care of it at some point. But for me, in that moment, just having a wild animal come and sit next to me that was so beautiful, that was a moment that I will never forget.
What about the moose moment where you whipped out the camera and was that the same kind of enthusiasm?
That one wasn't quite as close, and it was walking sort of diagonal away from me. But I actually put that on Instagram as well, and that's gotten a crazy number of views. Crazy, yeah. And it was a learning experience for me because just because you get a lot of views on Instagram, do you know how many new followers we got from that video?
0.
Correct.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just, and nice. It's still like I'm still getting comments, I'm still getting likes, I'm still getting stuff. Yeah, so Instagram it's a hard nut to crack right there. But anyway,
that is.
Anyway, so thanks for watching the video. Check it out on Instagram if you want to follow us. We'll have more fun videos where wild animals come and sit next to us. Hopefully, we'll find out.
That sounds good.
Yeah,
that sounds good.
And other thing is for Patreon, we are gonna do. I'm shooting for mid-November. We're going to have another trivia game show. This will be a regular episode. We're going to ask our Patreon supporters first who wants to be a contestant on Moocher's Mayhem. So if you want to be a contender for that, please, you got to get in. Got to get on that
Got to get in.
We got all sorts of bonus episodes on there and bonus trips. So
Right.
That, my friend, is all I got.
Yes, B&B family, that is it for me as well. Check out the Instagram at Backpacking and Blisters Podcast and hit a subscribe button. Just YouTube, Instagram, whatever. It always helps. On the pod as well, hit the subscribe button. Check it all out if you want to see Carl pet some fluffy animals, and we will see you next time. There is something that I found kind of interesting, and it's faster than when the bee flaps his wings. And it's when Carl is complaining about shoulder pain. I clocked it one time, and he is flapping his lips at 999 times per second. That's like right below the speed of light.